Joe, I wouldn't take your job for all the money in the world. Look at this chihuahua here. What they're doing now, they're producing George. I guess some people from the college. Chairman, CEOs, whatever. Okay, please. George is being introduced to all the houses at this college. Can you fit us in? Well, I guess we can. More people taking pictures.
So the importance of organ donations. We are the first educational institution to actually take on this task and make people more aware of how important it is to provide organs for those people who are in need. So at this point, I'd like to introduce George Marcello, who's going to say a few more words about his walk across Ontario. George?
Thank you. First of all, I was a student here, so I know you guys must have had a pretty big drag being here in school again, settling in and going through all the lineups and all that kind of stuff. And I bet you a lot of you still wish you can keep on that party, which I'm probably sure some of you are still going to keep partying probably all year. As Jack mentioned, I was a student here in 1992. I was in the engineering technology course, and at that time, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you a little bit about what happened so I can lead up to what I'm doing here right now. I went for my bi-yearly medical checkup, and I felt really good. And I thought I was going to come out of that checkup with a normal fit as a fiddle, report. When I came out of the office, my whole life changed after that. The doctor told me that I had something terribly wrong in my blood, and I needed to further check this with a specialist. And I did. I went to see the specialist, and after several tests, the specialist told me the bad news. He told me that I had a terminal liver disease, and that I only had a couple of years left to live. Now, when you get this kind of news, it doesn't feel real. and it didn't feel real to me. I was in that office, sitting in that office, waiting for soap opera music to come on. You know, I watch a lot of soap operas, and the guy walks into the office and his doctor tells him the news, and then that music comes on. I was waiting for this music to, you know, it didn't feel real. It took me a while to kind of, well, it's really hard to accept the news that you're going to pass away, you know, but it took a while. And I also found out all the grim realities of my disease at that time. There's actually no cures for liver diseases, for almost all of them. And my only outside chance was to have a transplant done, an organ transplant. And what I found out at that time was that Canada was the lowest organ donating country in the whole world. And I couldn't believe this because we live in Canada where we have the highest standards in all kinds of living. So how were we the lowest? I couldn't understand that. So I pretty well counted all my blessings at that time and quietly proceeded to make my will. And I didn't tell my family because I didn't want to put them through the toll of having to live with this at that time. In 1995, I was in my Guelph residence, and at 2 a.m. I got a call from the hospital saying that there was an organ available for me to come down to Toronto General Hospital. And you know what? I couldn't believe it. I got on that 401, and it was really strange because I was listening to the radio, and I didn't know whether this was going to be my last day on earth or, you know, and this song from Styx came on, Sail Away. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Styx, maybe you're a little bit younger, but it was the appropriate song for me to hear at that time, believe me. And I got to the hospital, and I was making sure with all the nurses and everybody that they had the right person, because I kind of felt like I was on the Titanic. And I didn't want to take a child spot or a female spot, you know, to get saved, right? So I went on, and they reassured me that they had the right person, and I was the one that they had to. Anyways, the operation took 12 hours, and when I came out of the anesthesia. I
have a real busy day in Toronto. Start off with breakfast conversation in the morning. Also, Queen's Park is arranging to acknowledge me and give my report on the trip. So we're really making some changes.
Okay, on that point, obviously no one is prepared for what you went through, and you stated that during the report from the podium when this was right after the operation, you found out that there were a couple of things that I think you find deficient in the system, and that it's still a family's decision, and contacting the donor family, those things are limited by law. So I think there's some change in that area. That may take some legislation.
Absolutely. That's why part of our mandate here was to, as we were going through all the communities, was to we could cultivate all the mayors and politicians over to our press conferences so we can make people aware of this situation. And you know, I did get a chance to talk to about 500,000 people on this trip. And their response to this was that all of them were in favor of having that option available. And also, I didn't hear one negative thing said about organ transplantation from 500,000 people. You know, so that's got to tell you something. So what we need to do is look at some of the present legislations that we have. And one of them is the scenario where even if you sign your donor card, the hospital has to approach the family for final decision. We have to change that scenario. It isn't a right scenario. We shouldn't have to approach the family for final decision. So I'm trying to also address to bring a national registry to this country, which is far long overdue. And many more lives would have been here if we did have one. As far as other countries that have it, they've been enjoying a lot of success. If you're in Spain, for example, and you go on the waiting list, you're not worrying about
tough sell, and I think this is where persistence and public relations and awareness come in.
Absolutely. You know, and it has been our toughest audience to address is the youth. That's why we're taking other measures to sort of get around this. And things have unfolded while I was doing this one. One of the things that unfolded is we got a chance to meet some celebrities, some rock groups, and things like that. And two of the rock groups that we did meet was Backstreet Spice. And not the real ones, but they're just as good as the real ones because they were selling out all kinds of concerts throughout the province. They're just exceptionally talented, and they just have such a bright future ahead of them. Anyways, they've agreed to promote this cause for us and to actually do a free concert for us and to continue carrying this message. So we're going to be approaching groups like that and other celebrities that the younger generation appeals to or listens to, and have these rock groups be as examples to bring the message. Because I think at this age, we want to more listen to a rock group than somebody such as myself. So we have been taking those initiatives.
Okay, thanks a lot. All right, well, why don't you wrap up here? When you're ready to go, let us know. And like I say, I'll be here to say about your age when this whole journey for him began after the physical check. What was going through your mind at that particular time?
It really just makes you think what could possibly happen to in the future, and that all the partying we do as connoisseur college students can have an effect on our health, and that we should think about what we do before we do it, because it could affect us in the future.
What's your attitude toward getting a donor card after hearing Jordan?
Serious, I'm thinking about it. I do realize the issues are in today's society, so it's a good idea to think about it and back in your heart. Well,
Thanks very much for your help. Too late for the noon show, so wrap up in a couple of weeks. And George hopes that his footsteps have a lingering effect.
And Heinz for Southeast All right, Jack, number one song follows these on Energy Radio.
Go big or go home. Energy Radio is bringing Jerry Hallowell to the City Theater at the Yorkdale Shopping Center on Friday. Come out and see Jerry lifted 30 feet in the air to sign a giant billboard of herself, and a lucky Energy listener will be taking home with them. Get close to your radio. This is an exclusive interview with Jerry live Friday afternoon from the Silver City. Keep listening for your chance to meet Jerry and qualify to win the one-of-a-kind art.
Here's George's walk with a police escort. Quite a trooper. Quite a trooper. This is a change. We got police escorting us instead of police chasing us. Just a joke. This is a walk through Kitchener to the YMCA. Way to go, George. All these reporters, George, I want to take your picture. Not all. But I'll get too close to you, George. I hate to run you over.
encourage you in your walk, and we appreciate that you feel that YMCA is worth being involved in. somebody at
We are citizens in the community, and we are in the work of building people's lives, rebuilding people's lives first. So we encourage you in your walk. We will support you in any way we can. On behalf of RY, we just would like to contribute to your collection of YMCA t-shirts that you're going to be getting across the province. So I got a whole collection. Maybe I can sell them off after. Anyways, thank you. Okay. Well, I am, but I can't do it alone.
Hey, Dan.
Priority we need to address and doing everything that we can to
I agree. And in fact, I just want to make sure that everybody knows I do have my donor card signed.
Yay! All right, you're there.
You're doing a fantastic job. I'm really impressed with the dedication that someone has to put to this kind of a task that you set up for yourself. How long have you been gone now?
It's close to, I think it's the 93rd day. I've got 2,062 kilometers so far.
Really?
So I've gone past my goal, which was 2,000 kilometers, but it's just like anything in life, you always put a little extra to it.
That's what I like.
So we don't got far to go.
Great.
We're finished.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Safe walking for the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. George, I'd like to introduce you to Councillor Don Heimpel from Wilmot Township.
Hi, George. Pleased to meet you. Glad you could come in and see us today. As Caroline asked me when I got involved in it, and she said about the why being involved in this project, and I said, well, it must be a good project right off the bat. And then she told me about your background and your situation, and it was very impressive to hear what's happened to you and what you're doing to return something to the community here. I think of people like Terry Fox and yourself, and I'm not trying to compare people, but individuals who bring something back to the communities and back to the people from their experiences to try and make the community a much better place to be. And on behalf of Wilmot Township, as part of the region of Waterloo, we certainly congratulate you and we welcome you on behalf of everybody here. Thank you very much.
One more, George, then we're going to ask you to talk to us a little bit.
Okay.
Judy Wells is from Grand River Hospital. She's the organ retrieval coordinator.
On behalf of Grand River Hospital and the Moore Program in Ontario, who I also work for, congratulate you on the work you've done so far, and I think it's a wonderful idea you've done. You've brought awareness to so many people across the province about a great need. You're one of the most aware people about how great the need is. I wish to thank you and good luck on the rest of your journey.
Thank you. Okay, Judy. Yes, please, George.
Well, yes, first of all, I want to really acknowledge the work that the YMCA have shown throughout this whole thing, taking an interest. You know, actually it was a chance, taking a chance at the beginning, because there wasn't much we as an organization really had to offer as credentials. I think when I got the ball rolling with, oh boy, I can't remember her name, Emmett, Janet, she's going to, please don't say Janet Emmett. You know, I think she felt it in her heart that something was going to be accomplished positive here. And we got the ball rolling by setting up over 37 press conferences throughout Ontario with each YMCA participating in them. And it's unbelievable the results that have happened so far. I just have a ton of memories that I can't feel when I'm at the function or at the press conference, because it's too overwhelming. But I get to feel them when I get back on the highway, and each moment comes to me, and it's just been wonderful. And I've had the opportunity to address a lot of people with this subject. The YMCAs have offered booths for us when there was festivals at certain communities, such as North Bay, and we were able to talk to literally 20 to 30,000 people at each festival. And we were able to talk to thousands of kids, which, because we did this in the summer, there was a lot of camp kids that were organized to greet me. And you know what? Kids are the best audience. And you know, from the kids, I learned a lot about the spirit of organ transplantation. They were wonderfully supportive of it, and they kept saying, why wouldn't somebody donate their organs? You know, it seemed like they had a better understanding of this than most adults, probably. And we were able to talk to ethnic groups about this with the help of the YMCA, such as Windsor, for example, where they have a large ethnic community there. And the press that the YMCA were able to coordinate at each stop. The press has just been so supportive in this. They're not only covering a story, they're being part of the team. They're all aware that this is a crisis in Canada which needs to be addressed and needs to be looked after, and we need to be in the right direction with this. And every newspaper, radio station, and television have written and talked about this with their hearts, you know. So I'm not doing this alone. You know, I'm walking, and you know, it gets a little difficult sometimes, especially the first month. I had to walk in that 40 degrees weather, and I had the water bottle that actually melted in my hand while I was walking, and I couldn't stop because I had to keep on schedule. And then I had the electrical storms that seemed to be following me, and then mosquitoes. I must have met every single kind on Earth. I think there was some from other planets too. And I can't mention the areas because it'll be bad for tourist season. But I'm glad I experienced that the first month, and I was able to, the rest of the way seemed easy. I also want to acknowledge all the other organizations that are working in all different communities towards this, that appeared at our press conferences, and were encouraged by what we're doing here, and it gave them a little bit more spark to continue their good work also. Anyways, this whole trip went so good that we're planning to do a walk across Canada in May of 2000, where at that point it'll take us 500 days. So I'll be going through every season. And we're going to try and involve hundreds and hundreds of organizations at that point. And we think that you know, we need to take these measures, and along with government officials to get on board with this too, and to address this. And I think we will be able to get Canada at that standard where we usually enjoy, and we usually have the highest standard in all areas. And we need to have it in this area also. So as I say in all the press conferences, it's a small sacrifice on my part for the gift of life. And you know, when I was told I was going to pass away, I felt a spirit that said, you know, it's not how long you live, but the quality of how you live it. And this is what I've been really enjoying, is the spirit of witnessing people getting involved, and the spirit of giving, where people will sign their donor cards, and make that decision to donate, that's got to be one of the top unselfish and unconditional acts that humans can make. And it's with this spirit that I'm learning to live my life with. And you know, as I always say, I live it step by step. So once again, thank you very much.
For those who may not have already filled out their donation card, we do have cards available in our buildings for the next little while for any staff and encourage members as well. We have some refreshments set up in another area, and I'd invite everyone to join us. Thank you, George.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sunday, we run the news, and then there's the sports, bit of weather, and then they come back at 6:25. We're ready for the sports, right? We make money on it.
That's on Sunday.
Yeah, we run a boat season anyway, 2.5 minutes. Anyway,
Really, really appreciate it.
see you later.
Sharing the cake that on Saturday. That's right. When it's little like this, it has nothing. Mary, you actually get to enjoy something this time around.
Yeah,
right? You're
well,
gonna
she's
be
in for my, she says we wander, she knows. I follow Donna with it.
good. I had cake at a bridal shower on Saturday. This thing was 6 layers.
Yeah.
It was white cake and it had no icing. The icing,
Arranging
like
that,
what was on top and on the sides of each layer was pure white chocolate.
Direction, I'll just stand over here, you know.
Okay, give me the, okay. Today is September 21st, and we're in front of Kelsey's here. And we have the general manager, Mark Howard, and Kim Folliott. And once again, Kelsey's come through. My stomach is very full, and I love Kelsey's food. I've been in love with it for a while now. And we're got the energy that we need to continue on. And I really want to thank you, Mark.
Glad we could help out anytime.
And also, could I mention? Okay. She is a family donor, and her dad passed away, and there are other people living today because of the act that was done. And this is what it's been all about for me. And
You're gonna get run over.
you're going to get run over.
You're gonna get run over.
I think he stopped, he knows.
Thank you very much.
Just glad we could help out.
Thank you, guys.
No problem, thank you.
So how do you feel about leaving this place? How do you feel the Kitchener's left quite
Leaving Kitchener is going to be hard because I had an excellent experience with people, the students, the YMCAs. It was just phenomenal, the response that we were getting from people for the cause. Just unbelievable.
Wrap up the last 3 days.
Well, the last 3 days, it seems like it's getting better and better, and we seem to be getting more response because the word is getting out quicker to people, and they're acknowledging it, and they're there to support us, all of them. It's unbelievable. People are waving on the streets. They really believe in this cause. I believe in the cause, and it just re-emphasizes the importance of the Canadian people and how good they really are. And it really helped me out on that part too, because I was losing.
What took place from when we got here? What events took place? And who showed up? And
well, we went to college. I have a hard time with that word. What's the college called?
Conestoga.
Conestoga. That word is big as marmalade. But anyways, Conestoga College, and we were met there by all the students, by a lot of the students, and George. He talked in an auditorium there, and he put the message across to him, and there were a lot of students that were pretty receptive to it. And it's amazing. The students are the ones that I guess we really have to attract. And from there we where do we go from there? It's just been so many things happening that you lose control. 3-4 days. It's like 5-10 weeks have happened. It's unbelievable how much can happen.
How about when we ate at this place? Yes. Can you tell us a story about Al Dente?
Well, you know, we went in there to eat, and the food was excellent, and of course George got recognized and he got his meal bought free, and I had to pay for mine, but that's okay, it's for the cause. Hey, George. George is recognized everywhere. What can I say? You know, people are giving, and it was a really nice place. And yesterday we went to the YMCA. First of all, at the college, a lot of important people from the college came down to meet George. I don't know exactly who they were. But they had suits on, so they must have been important. No, there were a lot of people there. I'm just kidding with that part. But yesterday we went to the YMCA, and George, myself, and met the mayor of Kitchener. It's pretty awesome to meet a politician, an important person like that, and all the people at the YMCA, you know, from the CEOs down. And it was really something, and they were really, really receptive. In fact, there was a girl there from Moore, and you know, she put on a little seminar of what's going on her part. And her and George connected really well, and hopefully they'll work as a team together, and it'll be a beautiful thing, you know. And then after that, I waited 3 hours for George in the van by myself, and no, you know, George had to do a lot of work. He does a lot of front-end work. If it wasn't for that front-end work, this thing wouldn't be happening. And then we went for dinner to a really, really nice place. The name of the place is
Kelsey's.
Kelsey's. I was thinking of Casey's, but it was Kelsey's. And the manager there was really good. I mean, he invited us in and he fed us. And there was a waitress there that gave her father passed away last year, and he gave his organs, 6 organs to people. And she was very, very touched to meet George. And you could almost see the tears in her eyes. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Okay, so now we're leaving.
And now we're leaving the Travel Lodge and
Cambridge. You know where we're going?
We're going to Cambridge.
Okay, so we got to take a look at the map, right?
Who's got to take a look at the map?
Well, you
I'm
and
the
me.
road manager. I got to take a look at the map. Yeah.
I'll see you in a little while.
Okay.
They're actually really good treatments.
Okay.
There's George walking again.